Coming up on 8:16, welcome back. They've been seen as too young, too broke, and too late. But despite the odds, Gen Z is officially entering the housing market. Our Queen City News Chief Business Correspondent Taylor Young joining us now. And we talk a lot about how to achieve, how to become a homeowner. And it's a lot for Americans, right? Let alone Gen Z, but somehow they're breaking in anyway, Taylor.
Yeah, so Jason, this is the type of housing news I love and I'm excited to talk about because it's positive, right? So despite the fact that home prices are still sky high and we're also seeing mortgage interest rates kind of lingering around that 6.7, 6.8 mark, I mean, what we're witnessing is the change of narrative in regards to today's youngest generation of adults, and that's Gen Z. So when we talk about Gen Z, I mean, this is specifically 13 to 28-year-olds. And now, despite about half of that generation really being too young to even be thinking about home ownership, they are accomplishing something previous generations were not able to. Now, according to data out by financial services company Intercontinental Exchange, this group now accounts for 1 in 4 loans issued in the U.S. to first-time home buyers. Now, at that rate, Gen Z is officially outpacing millennials and Gen Xers when they were the same age. So I think overall what this is telling me is that the American dream is absolutely not dead. This generation is getting in there.
Wow. I mean, you can't say it's because they're necessarily more wealthy. So how are they doing it?
So they're really thinking outside of the box and being creative here. So there is absolutely a chunk of this generation that is kind of relying on their parents and family help with the down payment. Now, of course, not everyone is able to do that, but many are. And I think another one is that we're also seeing this generation kind of lower their expectations, whether that's buying cheaper than they originally thought they were going to be able to, maybe moving out to the suburbs, or because we've seen the rise in kind of remote work, they're uprooting their lives and kind of moving somewhere, whether it's another city, the suburbs, or a state, because it's a lot cheaper. But one trend that I find the most interesting is we are seeing a big chunk of this generation going in with a friend, not a partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, but a friend to buy a property. And last year, I actually spoke with a pair of 2 friends in Charlotte that went in together on a townhome in Noda. They got a lot of judgment for doing that by their friends and family, but they kind of said, hey, we are unable to separately buy property, real estate. We want to live in a budding neighborhood, Noda. And now, you know, despite that judgment or a little criticism, I mean, they now own real estate. And it turns out that around 60% of Gen Zers are willing to go in with a friend on buying property. So it's kind of an emerging trend that this generation is starting, and it's working because they're able to get in there and have property.
I mean, roommates and friends already split rent,
they do,
like in an apartment. So I don't really understand the difference in splitting maybe a mortgage or something.
Maybe a little bit more at risk if someone were to eventually get married. But that's something that they have to talk about.
On the front end, you can't wait till something like a life event happens. So you mentioned the trend. What's sort of the trend for the broader market?
Yeah, so if we're just looking at the fact that just this generation is kind of actually getting into the market, I mean, that's a lot of people. I know some of them are still 13, 14, 15 years old, but this eventually is going to put pressure on those starter homes. And also, you know, while we're still kind of sitting in a market that is extremely tight right now, you know, we are starting to see the housing market soften a bit. I mean, even just last month, Redfin came out saying that there are more sellers on the market today than there are buyers. So that is showing that a shift after years and years of a really tough market. I mean, buyers might now actually have the upper hand, which eventually could lead to prices dropping. So this is not only just good for your first-time buyers in the Gen Z or millennials, but really the broad market overall.
Way to go, Gen Z. I love it. All right, some good news, Taylor. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.